So this video is kind of going to just be about stuff I've been seeing or what I've been hearing, just generally. I want to start this out by saying this video isn't going to be like the other ones. I asked for the time and dignity to allow me to show you who I am. I only feel like it's right to tell you that I can talk about myself as highly as I want, but that doesn't mean you're going to believe it. I am someone who tries to do things for others as much as I can. I hate being judged and ridiculed, as long as it's supposed to be like helpful, and at times I counteract what I say, just like anyone else at times, but I know that's no excuse and no reason to do it. But sometimes what I say does go against the other things I've said before. And the consistency of it upsets people. And I just want to state that, sometimes you grow and you learn. And so that means your ideas and how you think are going to change along with it. But it doesn't mean that what I believe, changes. Sometimes it stays the same. But that doesn't matter. I want to state that I am a nice person. I hate being hated and ridiculed and all that kind of bad stuff. It hurts my feelings, but it doesn't degrade who I am as a person. I understand you have your own beliefs and your own opinions, and I respect that, just like I wish you would respect my own opinions and beliefs, because I'm not here to change it. I'm here to open your eyes and hopefully get you to view something different, and try to get you to think. Because in our society and our generation, we don't think about what's happening outside the bigger effects, like the politics and what we're doing right now to our planet. We don't think about it. We just think, oh, well, who cares? We'll let someone else deal with it, but I don't want it to affect my life. And that's really sad, because I have this discussion during class with my classmates, and I ask them their opinions. But I'll get to that later. I want to do this in order. I want to state that I know I've made some opinions about how people parent. I want to also state that I'm not a parent. I don't know. I only talk to other kids or other people my age or, younger kids. You always hear what they say. I don't know how to sugarcoat it for you. Sometimes what you say does affect your kid. Some of their insecurities come from what they hear from what their parents say to them. I'm not saying you're a bad parent. You could be the best parent out there. I don't know. I really don't know. But if it affects you and it hits you at home, maybe there's something there. But I'm not specifically talking to you and saying that you're terrible. All I'm asking and saying is just let your kid grow up. Not grow up, but allow them be who they are. Allow them to express themselves, but guide them to the way that you. It's hard, It's hard to say that, You want them to grow up. What my parents did with me, although sometimes I don't agree with it, but what I do appreciate and love, and I appreciate this with my whole heart, is they let me dress myself. They let me be who I am, because they knew the struggles I was facing. Being someone who has as many learning disabilities as I do, people treat me different. Not always, just some people. And I've accepted that. I've learned to be accustomed to it. I don't think that's something we should be accustomed to, but I know that that's sometimes what you need to grow up and to mature a little bit. But just let your kids feel comfortable, because if you want us to be open with you and tell you everything, you're going to have to give and take. You're going to have to give us the time that we need to find ourselves and find what path is right for us. And, you take by, trying to guide them as best as you can. Because as a parent, you can't control their every movement. They're going to go out and dress the exact way that they want, and they're just going to hide it behind your back. So you got to decide, do you want them to be open about it with you, or do you want them to hide and shelter it away from you? That's your decision to make. I'm not the parent. You are. And honestly, some parents have done an amazing job. So don't discredit yourself if you feel like you're not doing a good job. You are. And if you aren't, try to do something better. Try asking your kid what would make them happy. Don't do something just to do it. Make sure it's what makes you happy and makes them happy, because happiness is what makes us want to live, makes us enjoy life. Another topic, people who take advantage of those who are depressed or going through something hard. That's disgraceful. It is. Don't message girls, don't message guys if your intentions aren't in their best intention. If you're just doing it for your joy and your pleasure, and you're not doing it for the benefit of others, leave that person alone. Because you're only harming yourself and you're harming them. That's not beneficial. It's not. When I was going through my hard time, I dropped all my friends because I didn't want to put them in a toxic environment for which my life was at. And I learned later down the road that I hurt my friend really hard. I hurt him really badly because I did that. And I regret it, but I don't. Because I knew if he was still around in my life during that time, he would have probably gotten more hurt because he cared so much. And that's why. And I'm not saying do that. I'm not. What people need to realize is I'm giving you my opinions, and I'm giving you what I've experienced, so if someone else has experienced the way that I have, they connect to it. I'm not trying to complain. I'm not trying to, bitch and moan about, oh my God, my life's hard. Because yeah, there's some hard times in my life, but I'm grateful for it because it's helping me learn. At times it's really suffocating and overwhelming, but I have my family and my friends to lean on to. And one thing that I've gotten a little bit of a complaint was that I should go see a counselor, and I full-heartedly agree I should go see a counselor, and I'm making the steps to go do so. I just have an insecurity, and my insecurity is I'm so nervous about taking that step that I need guidance. And what I wanted from, my video of coming out and telling everyone all my problems, all my complaints, all the issues that I have, were to hopefully help others. Reach some kind of like comfort. Leaning on your family and friends is the first step. Telling someone is the first step, no matter who it is. That's the first step. And what family need to understand is that what they tell you, it's going to be hard. You can give your opinions and your guidance as much as you can, but it's what they do. And I just want to let everyone know that is going through this, or someone who's dealing with someone who's going through this, applaud that they're telling you, because that is so hard to do, and we don't have to do it. It's so easy just to keep it to ourselves and just keep confined. It's like rebelling against yourself by telling someone, because that's so insecure. It's insecurity for me. I don't know if other people feel that way, but that's how I feel. So that's just that. And yeah, just applaud that the first step was them telling you. No matter how hard, I know it's going to be hard when they tell you, but just applaud that. The second step is going to speak to somebody, getting the help, helping yourself. Counseling is always good. Having a therapist is always good. I'm not telling anyone not to go do that. I think that's a good idea, because it's hard not telling somebody. It's hard to keep it all in. You feel really overwhelmed. Another thing is, we have sexism, and I think it's dumb. I believe in both men and women rights. I believe it should be the same. I think what I find really appealing is that guys can go swim in their boxers. But if a girl goes and swims in like a booty shorts, like their underwear and a bra, it gets looked down upon. Like they're such a slut. They're such a slut. But it's so dumb because it's just your body. Like, just view it in this. Because here's another stereotype. How would you feel if your man went to a strip club? If you're dating him. Well, how would, ask the boyfriend. How would you feel if your girlfriend went alone to a club and was grinding on guys? How would you feel? So just take that into aspect. Like, just think about the other situation. Just maybe feminine, just make it a little more feminine. Make it more towards the girl side. Or you can make it more masculine and put it towards the guy side. It's just how you decide to do it. But please open your mind up to new ideas. Because, if you keep staying in that one idea, you're just conforming and you're not expanding and you're not helping anyone. Because in our society, you have to grow. And if you do not grow, you will be stuck in that same process and you will never see anything fixed. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. Another thing is racism of all types. Against white people, although, white people have it so good. You have Asians, Muslims, Middle Easterns, African Americans, Latinos, all of them. Every person. There's some sort of racism. And what I don't understand is, what do you want them to do? Tell them to go back into the womb and go get a new baby coming out that's perfect? No. Let's just wipe out one whole entire race. No. That is dumb. That is just mind blown, That's what I don't understand. Is we live on a planet, on this world, that has so much diversity. What do you expect if it's all diverse. Everything out there is diverse. The world, besides the computer scene, when you get outside, it's diverse. So I don't know what you expect for everyone looking the same and acting the same way. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm breaking that bubble for you. I'm popping it. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. That just mind blows me, And then we have our government. And I know I am not educated well enough like some people, but I would really love and appreciate if we could take the time in ourselves to go search answers. Because I could sit here and tell you all the things that are happening, all the bad things that are happening that we obviously see. But my generation, my younger generation, the one I'm born with right now, doesn't really care. Some do, not all, so I'll just put that out there right now, but we really just don't care. We're going to lose our freedom by not caring. So I really would love if someone could really start participating. Take the time and look at everything. Look at the bigger picture, because there's such a bigger picture going on than what we all see. I would love if everyone could think more and just go outside and just look at it. And I'm going to get crap saying, oh, Jessica, you don't really think that much. You don't know. And I don't. And if I don't, just come and tell me. The best knowledge is receiving it from others or learning it ourselves. We see it. That's knowledge. Seeing it and experiencing it and going through it is growing and learning. Just learn for yourself. Think more. That's all I want. Just think a little bit more about all your actions. And for people right now, I would appreciate it, really, if we could all start conserving water. Because we live on a planet, there's tons of water, but how much clean water do we have? Really, think about it. It's dire need. We can't live without water. We are mostly made out of water. So, be careful with it, This is a big time. And if you can, pick up the trash. Because it's destroying our ecosystem, it's destroying and killing a lot of animals. It's polluting. We need to change our ways before it's too late. And at this point, it almost looks like it's too late. And I don't want to say that. I don't want to feel that way. But a lot of people are losing hope because nothing's changing. Not a lot. There's some things, it's starting to slowly change. Like, I love seeing that people are standing up against rape. I love seeing people are standing up against, judging. I love that. It brings me joy to know that no one else, maybe one less person's going to be sad. One less person's going to go through the hate. This is going to be a very long video. I'm sorry. It's just everything all in one. And I know what I posted is going to give me a lot of judgment and a lot of hate. I welcome that with open arms because it's going to teach me a big lesson. This right now, what I'm doing is helping me grow, helping me find myself by giving other people reasons to live it, I hope, And some people are upset by the fact that I agree with, suicide. But I don't, what I want to clarify, yet again, I don't technically agree with suicide. I don't agree with taking your own life. But I understand. If you do, I understand why. I'm not going to be upset. No, I'm gonna be like emotionally upset, like I'm gonna be like crying and like tears are gonna be leaking down my face and there's some stuff coming out my nose and I'm just gonna be really emotionally heartbroken. But I won't blame you because if you're gone, blaming that person for leaving is so cruel. It really is. You shouldn't blame someone for leaving. I understand sadness. I understand loss. But blaming someone from taking their own life, I feel like that in itself is a selfish act. Because if they're in so much pain that they take their life, shouldn't you be happy and joyful that they are no longer in pain? Yes, be sad that they're gone, because there was nothing that could have been done. There's nothing you could do anymore. But don't hate them for it. Don't ridicule them. Don't put blame on them, because that is so selfish than taking your own life. It's selfish to put your needs ahead of someone else's. And that can be counteractive and counter-argued for people who take their life. Well, they're putting their needs ahead of ours, They're leaving. They're not thinking about how we feel. Have you ever thought about how they feel? Instead of thinking, oh, well, they're not being considerate of their family, they're so selfish. But really, who's really selfish here? You're putting your emotions and your needs ahead of theirs. And that's rude. I know that what I just said is really rude, but I can't sugarcoat this for you guys. I really can't. What do you want me to say? Tell you that everything's going to be okay? That our life isn't a mess right now? I can't. When things change, I will change my outlook. And I want to state that I am a happy person. I look for the joys and the hopes and the dreams of every girl, of my age would, think and feel. Maybe not every girl thinks the way I do, but some do. We live in a planet, there's 8 billion of us. There's going to be someone who thinks the way I do. It's inevitable. I said that word wrong. But, yeah. So, to get this all down, I'm not a judging person. I'm really nice, and I take things to offense sometimes because, that's just who I am. It is. I try to do things for the best of other people. Sometimes my intentions don't come across as good to everyone, and I've accepted that. But it has helped some. And for those that I have helped, I love it. I love it so much. It makes me happy. I am a feminist. I believe in both men and women's rights. I believe they should be the same. And in some facts, I wish they were better for both of us. I really do. I've gotten crap for not dressing modest, or I've dressed immodest, or I've done things that were immodest. And I'm just going to say right here and now, this is how I live my life. I'm not going to change how I act and how I dress because you don't like it. Get over it. Because I'm not changing for you. I'm not changing for a man. I'm not changing for a woman. I'm sticking to who I am until I learn to be someone else, someone better. Because that's what I strive for. I strive to be someone better, someone who could help others. That's my goal. In the end, I want to help others. That's why I chose beauty. I chose to take beauty school to help other people get the courage and the confidence that they might not have. I chose beauty school to do so much amazing things. Unfortunately, the beauty industry that I've chosen, it's a bad place for people like me who are sensitive. And I hope one day it'll change. But I really doubt that because all anyone cares about nowadays is how big their pocket's going to be. No one realizes if you'd actually benefit the people of other people in general, you actually make more profit because more people are willing to come to you. So all those business people that are hopefully maybe watching this, think about that when you're doing something. That if you actually put the needs of others ahead of your own, you're more likely to make success and more profit. Funny how that works. But you can take what I'm saying as wrong, and I don't know. But sometimes the long and hard way is the best way to take. Just because you don't make your money the fastest doesn't mean you're going to make the most profit. The long run might be the best run. And with that said, you can take whatever I say into regards or not regards, but I would love to state that I do not mean to offend or hurt anyone's feelings. And if you take what I said into effect that hurts you, I just told you not to. So I don't feel bad anymore. All I'm trying to do is open your eyes and try to make you think. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry. That is your problem now because it's not mine anymore. It's not. I am an open door, so if anyone loves to make a debate with me and have a conversation, a debate, not an argument, so don't ridicule or bring other people down, I'd love to have it. It's time for us to think as, human beings. We have a brain. It's time to use it. And with one other note, I'd like to kind of give you a little thought. Imagine you were in a room with no mirrors, and someone tells you to go look at yourself. What do? You have your arms and your hands, and you can see in front of you, and you look down, you see a body, but you don't see a face. You're just a face on a body. So why don't you use what's inside of your face, which is your brain and your knowledge and what you are as a person, and use that. Because then in the long run, that's going to get you the farthest. Not your beauty, not your muscles, not your scars or your insecurities on the outside. It's what matters on the inside that will help affect others and yourself. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think it's a nice way to look at it. But that's my opinion, and that's my belief. You're allowed and you're entitled to your own. Thank you.